Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Context Machine. This is episode 606. I'm Bryan and Jeff.
You had an opportunity to make your palindrome joke and didn't do it.
I know. I figured that was the joke.
Oh. And if you roll it upside down, it's 909. I'm Jeff Gamet. Hey, check us out on our digital home, contextmachine.io.
Right, and you can use contextmachine.io to reach out to us, or you can find us on post.news or Mastodon at Context Machine. You'll find us on the Man Babies social network too, but we're not posting there right now.
Well, it's not like anyone would ever see it at this point anyhow, even if they still are on the bird site.
Yeah. You can tell us about the thing.
Sorry, I was having a moment of sadness because I miss what it was.
Yep, same.
Yeah. Anyhow, now that I'm over the sad part, I'm actually really excited because our sponsor today is LinkedIn Jobs.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I'm going to tell you more about them, getting your job post for free later in the show.
Cool.
So, Jeff, that's your name,
Bryan.
Right? Jeff?
Hold on, checking my name tag. Yes, Jeff.
Excellent, Jeff. This week, a couple days ago, actually, when we are recording this, I had the pleasure of speaking for CapMac. We did a Zoom presentation.
Cool.
And the subject of AR goggles, or AR glasses, and VR too. Anyway, this like what is this sort of thing came up, and so I did part of my greatest hits collection on some of the things I'm excited about with AR, and I had a realization, and that realization is this: that when I'm talking to people who do not already know what AR is, augmented reality. And, people basically don't have any kind of real awareness of this technology or concept. The thing that always gets the light bulb consistently above a person's head is when I mention the idea that when you would meet up, if you have some kind of augmented reality where information can be overlaid onto the real world, which is what augmented reality is, in such a way that you're not holding your phone up in front of your face, like so. Glasses, theoretically goggles too, but no one that's not going to be a thing. Or contact lenses, or eventually the ocular implant, etc. The thing that makes people understand the potential value is when I mentioned being able to get someone's name when you meet up with them in the real world. So you're walking down the street, you see someone that you know, but you can't remember their name. And so
then it just pops up on your glasses.
It would just pop up on your glasses. And so that you don't have to embarrass yourself or feel embarrassed or anything like that. That's the thing. That's the thing that people are like, oh, wow, that would actually be useful.
Yeah. That would be really useful. Much more useful than seeing the light bulb go off above their head. Because I'm assuming you meant that literally, where you would need to have AR glasses to do that.
No, I was using the light bulb figuratively.
Huh.
Yeah. Figuratively.
Huh.
But
the idea of being able to see someone's name, like you look at someone and then there's the name. Now you know who they are, and then maybe even have a short synopsis. So if you need context on where you know them from, you've got that too.
Yeah,
super useful. And I get why that would trigger for people and help them understand where AR could be useful in their life.
Right. And that context could be their job, the company they work for, their social media handle, because like maybe you know this person and this person's name is Bob Smith, but you actually know them as Dragon Rider 452.
Of course. I mean, as one does.
As one does. Or any other kind of context maybe that you've added to them in the first place. And I think that the what's important to keep in mind is that when we say that, we don't mean everybody's name. At least I don't mean everybody's name. I don't want to be able to look at someone and have their name and where they work. That's a massive invasion of privacy.
Yeah, that'd be kind of creepy. And I don't want someone walking up to me on the street that shouldn't know who I am and start rattling off details about me.
Right. What we're talking about is someone that you essentially have in your contact list. So you know this person. You have information about this person, including seemingly some kind of image of that person. This is not about being able to stalk people that you don't know. It's about like having
a nice memory aid.
A memory aid. Yeah. Now, admittedly, there is all kinds of opportunity for mischief here.
There always is.
For instance, someone will make an app/service that taps into a database of like all the people so that you can stalk someone.
Yeah.
It won't necessarily be sold that way, but that might actually be their direct intention, or at the very least, the use to which it is put. I think the Romans would be pleased with the way I said that.
They would be very pleased with that. Yeah,
no one else is.
Take it as you can get it, Brian. I can see other places where technology like this could be abused, and so of course I'm immediately going to government and having police misusing the information that they have access to.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Yeah. And this will absolutely happen. There will be social networks for people to be rated. Right?
Yeah.
So that when I see you on the street, I see your rating. That will have, there's been tons of science fiction written along those lines. I mean, I'm not like some creative genius here. But that is a kind of, and it may be an existing social network. It could be like, your Facebook rating or your man, baby, child network, social networks rating, or your Instagram rating, or your TikTok rating, or your TikTok followers. How many followers do you have? Things like that. That there will be uses like that also put into AR.
Yes. I hate to agree with you on that because I don't want it to be true, but yeah, of course.
But it's true.
It is true. Yeah.
Or it will be true.
Have you watched, I'm trying to remember because we talk about so many shows. You've watched The Orville, right?
Yes. I may have missed the last few episodes.
That's okay because I believe this is season 1. Okay. They go to a planet where everyone has to wear a badge, and it has their social ranking, and it's like social media ranking.
Right. That's that would happen with instead of the badge, it would be like only you could see it with your AR glasses.
I mean, if that becomes an important part of social interaction, that would put people who choose not to wear AR glasses at a disadvantage.
Sure. I read another it's either a short story or a novel. I think it was a novel. It wasn't great, but one of their principles was that your credit rating was shown. Everybody had their credit rating above their head.
Oh, that would suck. I mean, I find the whole credit rating thing to be kind of a scammy thing anyhow.
Fair enough. But this was essentially a government mandated / monitored / maintained credit rating. So, even worse or better. I don't know, depending on
let's go with even worse.
So, there will be all those kinds of negative uses too. But like, think about like having the name of every restaurant or every business, and maybe it's Yelp rating. I mean, there's a social network of ratings, but being able to see that just by, you're walking down the street or even driving down the street, being able to see a menu or see the kind of cuisine that the place has, maybe being able to see the menu. I thought about like
that's suddenly sounding horrible to me.
Why?
Because it's going to be commercials flashing up in front of your face all the time. Because if you can see the menus, there's going to be all the advertisements that those restaurants are going to be pumping out with that.
Well, hopefully we'd be able to turn that off, and if any menu providing service that was abused in that way, we would just choose not to use.
It absolutely would not work that way. There's no way.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I forgot. I also have met people, so my mistake.
Yeah. But I can see where the companies that make apps and services today that let you block ads in your web browser would have just another platform that they could target with their software. Let you block ads to your AR glasses.
Yeah, and really, I think that where that's going to be a thing is how many people are willing to be the product to get an AR related service.
It will grow over time
because, like assuming, okay, so we know, of course, that Apple is working on AR/VR goggles / glasses. I'm using a lot of slashes today, but seems appropriate. But what we don't know is if they're actually going to release it. I hope that they do. I suspect that they will, but we don't know. My point is that the services available through these glasses from Apple are not likely to be services where we're the product, i.e. ad supported.
Yeah, I'm with you there. However, if you look at the products that people use on their Apple devices, those products can turn us into the product itself. For example, you can use Facebook on an iPhone, an iPad, or a Mac. The device itself is not leveraging you as a product, but the service that you are using through that device is.
That's why I specified that the Apple supplied services.
Okay.
For the Apple, I mean, like when Google did Google Glass several years ago, a big part of Google Glass was essentially snitching on you to Google. And I expect that not to be the case for whatever Apple does. For instance, if there is a camera on these glasses, which there almost has to be,
There really, there has to be for it to be able to properly do AR.
Correct. The camera will almost assuredly be reporting to our iPhone with all data being kept local.
Okay, I see that as plausible.
Well, that is if Apple is going to be consistent.
Well, I could see a scenario where, depending on what Apple has in store for the AR glasses, where some of what is being done requires an internet connection to be able to function correctly. Well, like using Siri. If you don't have an internet connection, you can't really use Siri.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, like, these glasses would need an internet connection to get data from the cloud to display or otherwise match up. But the data that is being gathered by the glasses will almost assuredly report only to our smartphones, to our iPhones.
All right. Yes, I'm with you on that.
And then the iPhone may need to fetch data to then display, but what the glasses are seeing, and I don't know, but I am confident, highly confident, that Apple will be keeping that local to our devices.
I would be surprised if they could. Because my guess is that some of the data processing that they want to, well, hold on. I'm saying that, and now I'm realizing I'm saying that in relation to where we are with technology today. Okay, so let me modify what I was going to say. Let's assume Apple releases this product. Whatever is the current iPhone when this product comes out, and then iPhones going forward, will be able to do all of that image processing locally. Prior versions of the iPhone will probably require an internet connection to allow Apple servers to process some of that data, but to do it in a way that keeps it private to us as the user.
I suspect that I will be the more correct. I hope that I'm going to be the more correct.
That would be great.
But I think what was really bothering, one of the things that was really bothering people about Google Glass is that, everything that they saw was essentially being, worse, like everything, you've got Google Glass on and you and I meet up and now I'm, my image is being reported back to Google.
Yes.
And I don't think we want that. And I'm pretty sure that Apple is aware of that. More specifically, I'm pretty sure that Apple's been building its entire ecosystem around the premise of not being that person.
I agree. And I think that we can hold up Siri as a really good example of that in action. If Apple was okay with playing fast and loose with our data, I think that the state of Siri today would be different from what it currently is.
Yeah.
And we'd have fewer people complaining about being frustrated. Why can't it do this and this? Well, because Apple hasn't figured out how to do that while properly maintaining your privacy.
Right.
I'll still bag on Siri some, but at least I can appreciate why some of these problems exist or limitations.
I came up with during a CapMac presentation, I came up with another real world use for AR.
Okay.
You need some kind of specialized food, special bread, spice, curry.
Okay.
Or something to do with Ethiopian food or, it's something that's not necessarily going to be in any given grocery store. Mm-hmm. And you inform probably your iPhone that you need this particular kind of product, but you're in a new town and you don't necessarily know the towns, and you're walking around, and then like stores that sell Indian stuff could be identified through AR.
Mm-hmm.
As you're sheening along. Now, I get that you could also just look that up and go to that store, but like if you're in some kind of new setting where really your option is like you're walking around and you're just kind of looking for stuff. Maybe you're looking for lots of things. Maybe you're looking for I was constantly on the lookout for a hoodie when I was in England back in October.
Okay.
So stores that sell hoodies. And maybe I don't realize the store has a hoodie in, but then my AR glasses give me a notification that, hey, this place has hoodies. That it could be very useful.
I'm going to bring it back to the food part for a second.
Okay.
So how about let this AR alert you to foods that you can't have? Someone like me with a dairy allergy.
Right.
I pick up a product in a store and think, "Ooh, I'd like to eat this," and my glasses tell me, "No, this has dairy in it."
Or, hey, this restaurant doesn't have anything that's not made of cows.
Right.
Like there's not a single thing you can get here. Which, I mean, I realize that's pretty far-fetched.
Well, there is a chicken chain where it's called The Post, where everyone says it's really good food, and the only thing I was able to have there was beer.
Huh. Okay. Well, so apparently not that far-fetched.
Everything had dairy.
Not that far-fetched. And it would be handy to know that before you actually go in. Again, you can probably look some of these things up, but there are all kinds of times when we are out and about, and maybe we just had an idea about something to do, or somewhere, some place to go, or maybe you just remembered that you needed to get something, and you're in a neighborhood that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about AR is, it is going to be, I think, even more life-changing than the smartphone and the internet.
I can see where it could be more life-changing than the smartphone. Definitely.
I mean, we're going to be wondering, right now, think about life before smartphones. If you're listening to the show, you probably have a smartphone. But you do have a smart show. You got our
probably
show.
Have smart shows as well, and let us know what they are so we can be exposed to some.
Okay, you probably have a smartphone. Imagine, how did we live without a smartphone? How did I live without Apple Maps or Google Maps before that? How did I live without these things? How do we get by? How did anything happen? How did bills ever get paid? I mean,
how did we look up actors and actresses? And
yeah, exactly. How do we look up lyrics? The smartphone, starting with the iPhone, has fundamentally changed the way certainly a large percentage in developed countries, but probably in different ways, has even had an even more massive impact on developing countries. Putting the power of the internet into the hands of ever more people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think that at this point, it's it just feels like the smartphone has always been here, and it hasn't. But that's how important it is to us. I think that AR is going to be the same thing, especially when it goes to when you're able to get it through some kind of contact lens or something that you can apply to your eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
And then especially once we eventually have the ability to have some kind of implant that projects stuff onto our vision without the need of having glass in between us and the world.
Yeah, I'm visualizing this right now, and it's life changing.
It will be life changing.
Yeah, and when smartphones were gaining momentum, there were a lot of people that those weren't devices for them, and then there were people who didn't get why something like that would be useful for them. But it didn't take us very long to go from that to when you go to buy a phone, it's just assumed you're looking for a smartphone.
Yeah. Again, at least in developing
if you want
worlds,
something other than
markets.
a smartphone, you actually need to specify.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know where, I maybe you can get burner phones at 7-Elevens. I mean,
You
and I'm
really don't
guessing
get out much, do you?
no, I don't. I don't anymore. I had to go to the Apple store to get my iPad replaced, and it was
and it was scary being in public.
It was, and it was like, what do I do with this car? I'm supposed to get. I remember this. You get in the car, but then what do you do? No,
I keep talking, and the car doesn't do anything.
but dumb, where would you, at this point, where do you get a dumb phone?
Those are called feature phones.
Feature
not
phones.
Dumb phones.
Where do you get a feature phone today? Besides Amazon. I'm sure there are feature phones in like downtown crappy electronic
Best Buy,
stores.
Target, Walmart, convenience stores, grocery stores. Yeah, you can pick these up like practically anywhere. You can have, from where I am right now, even without getting in my car, I could walk out my door and within 10 minutes have a burner phone in my hand.
All right.
You're really not good at covering your tracks.
No, I don't think I've ever owned a burner phone.
I think you suck at espionage.
Yes. I don't think I would be a good spy. I watched All of the Knives. Did you see that, Chris Pine?
What is it?
All of the Knives, 2020.
All of the Knives. No,
or maybe it's 2020. It's 2022. And anyway, I just watched it last night. The closing made me feel super cheated. The ending.
Oh, well,
super cheated.
Then it's probably good that I didn't see it.
I don't know. Go watch it. Let me know what you think.
I mean, I did watch Glass Onion, which is the sequel to Knives Out.
I love that. That was great.
I love Knives Out. I was very disappointed in Glass Onion.
I liked Glass Onion.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. All the old Knives. It's Chris Pine, and how do you pronounce her name? Her name is pronounced. I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Thandui Newton.
I thought you pronounced her name Thandie, but I am not. I don't know how to pronounce her name. For those of you that are trying to figure out what we're butchering, she was in the Westworld series.
Yeah, she was in West.
That's where you know her from most.
Yeah,
probably.
very, very familiar. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's a great actress. She was terrific. Chris Pine's acting was terrific, but just the ending, I just felt cheated. I don't actually regret watching it though. Interesting.
Huh. Very interesting. Yeah. Well, Glass Onion. Brian likes it. I didn't.
Why didn't you like it?
I could not get into the movie. It felt very contrived, and it The the whole thing
more
just
so
felt
than
very
the
contrived.
first one.
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I was willing to absolutely suspend my disbelief for both of them. I mean, I'm a huge Daniel Craig fan. So
Daniel Craig is wonderful in both of them. I really enjoy Daniel Craig in the second one, and this I believe comes from teasers, so it's not spoiler. Where Daniel Craig goes, "No, that's stupid," and he's right, because what he's talking about is absolutely stupid. And I did love that they straight out acknowledged that the thing he's talking about was incredibly stupid.
all right, I accept your apology. It's good. It's a good show.
And yet it's this very contrived story.
Jeff,
Brian,
these days, every new potential hire can feel like a high stakes wager for your small business in particular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You want to be 100% certain you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. They're our sponsor this week. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the right people for your team faster and for free. Now, here's the thing I like about LinkedIn Jobs. They have a dashboard. That dashboard lets you manage your job postings. It lets you manage your candidates for those job postings. And it does all of that very easily. Makes it a lot simpler for you to manage that hiring process. I really like that. And
Nice.
you can do, when you have a job posting, you can add the purple hashtag hiring frame. So hashtag hiring to your LinkedIn profile. And that kind of helps spread the word that you're hiring. They have simple tools like screening questions for people interested in your job. Makes it easy to focus on the candidates that have just the right skills and experience. So you can quickly prioritize who you would like to interview and hire. All of this is why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs as number one in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. So, in this ongoing, challenging time when it comes to hiring, unemployment is very low. Here in the States in particular. Right? They have this massive worldwide network. I think it's over 800 million. The notes I got this week didn't actually include this particular stat, but I think there's over 800 million people that belong to LinkedIn Jobs around the world. And when unemployment is low, it makes it harder to hire. And then, this is coming on the back of the pandemic, which also made it harder to hire. You want all the tools you can get to make that hiring easier. And that's where LinkedIn Jobs can possibly give you that edge to find the best candidates the fastest and get those positions filled even. I like to say filled.
As the kids do.
Rather than field. Although I think maybe the kids say that too. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. You can post your job for free at linkedin.com/ACM just because you're listening to us. That's linkedin.com/ACM to post your job for free. As always, terms and conditions apply, and we appreciate them sponsoring this week's episode of The Context Machine.
Yes, we do.
All right. So, did we have a second topic? We were going to talk about Picard.
Yeah, we were going to talk about Picard a little bit.
Yeah, because season 3 just started.
Right. And like any proper Star Trek fan who's super excited and loves making bad life choices, I got up super early today to watch it.
Hold on. Let me go over what you just said. Super Star Trek fan, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Makes terrible life choices on a consistent, frequent, and regular basis. That's me.
Uh-huh.
Yet I didn't even know that the show was. I didn't know that it was about to start. So like I got to the end of All the Old Knives, starring Chris Pine and Thandie Newton.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it was just after midnight because what popped up on my Apple TV was season 3, episode 1 of Picard. So I did not set my alarm. I didn't know I needed to.
That's impressive. You were so prepared that you were just sitting there waiting for the show to start. That's what I'm hearing.
I stumbled on it. But I did watch it last night. And then so you actually set an alarm to get up and watch it?
Yes, I did.
What time did you get up?
I got up at 8 this morning.
You got up at 8 o'clock this morning to watch TV.
Yep. Brushed my teeth, went to the couch and watched Star Trek Picard, season 3, episode 1.
You got up at 8 in the morning, and keeping in mind that you don't have a 9 to 5 job or an 8 to 5 job.
Mm-hmm.
You work out of your house, the hours that you wish, and you set your alarm and you got up at 8 a.m. to watch a TV show.
Oh my God. You're actually listening to me. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, it's weird, right?
It's so weird.
I mean, I did have to, I had to go over it a few times to make sure that I actually had it right. Okay. So, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the pacing, and the overall storyline that we got was cool and fun. I mean, yes, there's a couple things where it felt like they were kind of reaching to get a setup to work, but hey, that's what every episode felt like to some degree. Well, not every episode, but the whole series, they were doing that all the time anyhow. So there was nothing that stood out where I felt like, man, they really blew it with this episode. I just thought it was a lot of fun from beginning to end, and I'm already champing at the bit for episode 2.
I am too. Here's the funny thing. There were all kinds of things that chapped my hide about this episode.
No.
And yet I loved it. And that's not, I mean, usually it's like, me, chap my hide. This is making me mad. Get off my, and then I don't,
get off my transporter pad, kids these days.
Therefore, I don't like it. But this time around, there were like all these things that chapped my hide, and I loved it. I love the series. It is one of my favorite, if not, well, it's probably the original series and now Picard.
The original series has a very special place in my heart.
I can't watch The Next Generation anymore.
Oh, I can.
I mean,
there are episodes that I skip, but I do that with all the Treks.
So, like for the original series, I can watch. I have seen all of them somewhere in between 7 and 20 times.
Sure,
and
just like the rest of us.
Just I know you're certainly not unusual there, and stick it in front of me. I'm going to watch it again, and I'm going to love it. With The Next Generation, I loved The Next Generation when it was new, and I've never been able to really watch it in reruns. It just feels, I don't know, it just feels weird.
Interesting.
I don't even know how to explain it.
All right. So thing I did, Brian, at the beginning of the pandemic, when we were all like locked down and all we could do was sit at home, I decided that I was going to watch every Trek series, every episode in order, fully knowing that there are a couple episodes in like Next Generation and Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, you had to watch the Jungle Gym episode.
I skipped the Jungle Gym episode. I did skip some episodes because I knew what they were, and I knew that there's just no way I could do that. Like I also skipped the Leprechaun episode of DS9.
I don't I might not have seen
I'm not even going to elaborate on it because I don't want to trigger anything that would make you remember more.
Thank you. That's very kind.
That's how much I love you, Brian.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyhow, so the point is that I watched the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise. I watched all of them.
Did you watch the series in order, or because some of those shows have overlap in terms of air dates?
I would watch one series.
Okay.
From season 1 to season X. And then when I was done with watching all of TNG, then I started DS9.
Okay, so you didn't watch like the last two. You weren't alternating between DS9 and TNG because the last couple seasons of TNG did overlap with the first couple seasons of Deep Space Nine.
Right. Yeah, I watched them segregated out.
I see.
And anyhow, so my point is that I can go back and watch all of these things and appreciate stuff out of each of them. And that said, with what has been happening, I went back and watched all of the new stuff that has come out on Paramount Plus as well.
What besides Discovery and Picard?
Strange New Worlds.
Oh, it's Strange New Worlds. Yeah, of course. That's Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds.
And now Prodigy.
Yeah. Strange. Somehow I'd forgotten the Strange New Worlds existed. I don't know how. Mm-hmm. But just for the purposes of this conversation I had, Picard, Strange New Worlds, and TOS are in my top three. Some combination of the top three.
I'm actually having a hard time with top three right now because Strange New Worlds is there, and TNG and TOS are there, and but then Lower Decks. Holy crap!
Still haven't seen Lower Decks. I need to.
You're missing out, and yes, it is an animated series. Watch it anyhow. I've also really enjoyed Prodigy, and I know that's targeted at younger viewers, but the stories are so well done. It's really good.
Prodigy is this a Star Trek property?
Star Trek Prodigy, yeah.
Okay.
Done as a partnership with Nickelodeon.
Is it Paramount or where's it being shown?
Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So the premise is that you get there's this planet where it's basically like slave labor, and this group of teenagers from various species.
Nickelodeon stuff right there.
Oh yeah, lighthearted stuff. Yeah. So this group of teenagers from all these different species, they manage to find a Federation starship, a smaller one, that it's been abandoned or lost or stolen or something, and they steal it and they escape this work colony that they're on, and so they start learning about what Starfleet is, and they're on these adventures trying to to avoid escape from the people or avoid capture from the people they escaped from. And they're learning through their hologram that's on the ship. Because, like on Voyager, you had the hologram doctor. And in Picard, we get to see more of holograms in action. On this ship, the hologram is like a command assistant, and it's Janeway as a hologram. Hmm. And there's this whole mystery that starts to unwind in front of you through these episodes, and each one is it can be a standalone, just nice episodic TV, and there's a lot that caters to the younger audience that they're going for, but it's all done like really serious. They really own everything that they're doing. and it's actually a really good show.
I will try it. Oh, can I mention a non-Star Trek related show?
Sure.
It's called Gold, Lies, and Videotape. Did I mention this to you off air?
I don't think so.
All right. Well,
this doesn't sound familiar.
The first thing to understand is that they don't use the Oxford comma in the title. So it's Gold, Lies, and Videotape.
Okay.
I have a problem with that, but that's not my...
I'm with you.
That's not my... Here's the thing with the Oxford comma. It enhances understanding.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't... It's not always necessary for proper understanding, but there are times when it greatly enhances proper understanding. And that is why I cling to it. Not just because
I cling to the Oxford comma as well. I'm surprised this is a controversial thing still.
I know people who are like adamantly against it. I don't get it. But whatever. All right. But that's not my point. Gold, Lies, and Videotape. This is not at all Star Trek related. It's on I think it's the History Channel. Almost positive it's the History. It's either History or Discovery, but I believe it's the History Channel. And it follows. It's a reality documentary. I mean, it's like it crosses that. It's a documentary that surely blurs that line between, a reality show and a documentary. And it looks at this peak, this mountain. It's a big hill, but whatever, in Utah called Victoria Peak.
Okay.
It's on the edge of the White Sands Proving Grounds missile range.
Okay.
And apparently this fellow who his nickname was Doc, his last name was Noss, N-O-S-S. So Doc Noss.
Doc Noss. Who's there?
Found
Oxford who? Oxford comma.
Found a hole.
That was a really bad knock joke.
Went up to he was on the top of this peak, and he found like a hole in the ground, like a hole in the ground with a ladder or something. Goes down over a period of time.
Of course, because who wouldn't?
Tunnels, almost like an ant farm, that eventually lead to a storage chamber that has all these like Spanish and conquistador artifacts.
Wow. Okay.
And this would have been in the 30s, the 1930s.
Okay.
And he, as time progresses, he keeps exploring, and then he eventually finds what he has described as a treasure room that had what he estimated to be 16,000 bars of gold. Kind of a lot.
Holy crap.
Yeah, kind of a lot of gold.
Kind of, yeah.
And, he brings some of it out over time. This is all in the first episode. He brings some of it out over time, but then eventually there's an issue, and a lot of the tunnels collapse, and that sets off essentially a decades-long journey, like a lot of push and pull between the government and the military and Doc Noss and his family. And there is murder, and there is mystery, and there is a treasure hunt, and there is intrigue, and then there's the guy who worked public relations. I think it's I don't think that's his actual title, but who basically had a public relations job with White Sands for 30 years, and he says that it's all nonsense and that Doc Noss was a complete fraud and a con man, and then you have other people who said, I have held some of this gold, and a couple people who said they have seen it, and then there's all kinds of video footage from over the decades of different people that were involved in this. And so this documentary is really beautifully laid out, where they're going back and forth in time. They'll be
okay, cool.
They'll be back in Doc's time. They'll be there was a big effort to get under the mountain in the 90s. I don't actually know what's been done since. We haven't gotten that far. But so like the show constantly it unfolds this story one layer at a time by going back and forth in time. And I love a good treasure hunt story.
Mm-hmm.
It's a personal thing. I mean, it's just still watching Oak Island after all these years, and it's a really, really good show. I'm really enjoying this.
Cool. All right, Gold Lies in Videotape on Discovery.
Yeah, good stuff. No, I think it's the History Channel.
No, I'm looking at the website Discovery.
Huh. Okay, comes out on Fridays. New episodes on Fridays. We have, I think, the first 4 or 5 episodes have aired.
The first 5 episodes have aired. So as we record, the most recent it was aired on February 10th.
Right. So episode 6 should be next season. I don't know how many seasons. I don't know if this is a 1-season story or if this early stuff is actually going to presage some new effort to get in. Don't actually know.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll make sure there's a link to it in the show notes so that you can see that I'm right. It's on Discovery.
And that's what's important.
That's what really matters here. It's not that you gave a ringing endorsement of this show, so now our audience can go find it. No, it's all about being petty.
Yeah, I support this message. All right, so on that happy note, Jeff, check this out. That's this week's Context Machine. If you have anything to comment on, add, or question, you can write us at contextmachine.io. You can find us on the social medias at Context Machine.
I'm supposed to say something here, aren't I?
No, not quite yet.
Oh, yeah. Today's episode. It's sponsored by LinkedIn Jobs.
Sure. It is.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
Our bandwidth is provided by CashFly. Well, normally I ask you where we can find you on the social media. Because there's the show. There's at Context Machine.
Oh, right. And then I say, you can find me on all the socials as Jay Gamet, and I'm most active on Mastodon and Instagram. Brian, where can people find you?
I am on all the socials as Geek Tells. Actually, not all the socials. Instagram, geektells.com. Anyway, at Geek Tells. I don't actively post enough, but that's where I am. I am most active on Post. That's where I am most active.
I'm glad you have a presence there so that we're seen.
The bass is by Dr. Boom, recorded just for the show. Bandwidth is provided by CashFly. Can't remember if I mentioned that. And Jeff, that's it, man. That's it for this week.
Go us.
Go us.